guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a crazy couple months for me, so I haven't been on here. I've been trying to get life figured out, the house figured out, women, all that fun stuff. So I haven't really been posting too much. I've been tinkering, but kind of off camera. I didn't really feel like, I don't know, I guess what I was doing was that exciting, or you know, if I was doing it, it was maybe 3 in the morning because I didn't feel like being in the house. So I know that I said I would be bringing you guys along on the Kubota Willys Jeep project. I didn't. I just put my nose to the grindstone, kind of hammered it out myself. And the goal was to get it done by May 21st. I hit that goal. I got it running and moving. I didn't finish it completely, so I still have a ton of small stuff to kind of iron out. I have to add a boost gauge. I kind of want to add an inline fuel pressure sensor. I need to be reading my EGTs. I still have to do a disc brake conversion, put on my locking hubs. There's a bunch of stuff, little things. Redo my suspension, put on new tires. I mean, steering, the list goes on. I'm already in the project, thousands of dollars and hundreds of man hours, but you know, it's worth it. So I'm kind of just doing this video to kind of give you guys an update and to tell you some stuff that I've had going on with it, how I diagnosed it, how I fixed it. Yeah, so we'll kind of go along and you guys come with me and I'll take you through it. So here is the Kubota M38 swap project. As you can see, it's kind of dirty. It's been sitting underneath this tree, dealing with birds pooping and berries falling out of the tree, etc. Here is the heart of the Jeep, and kind of the whole reason for doing the project was to get this diesel in here. It's a Kubota V2203. It is a great, I mean, it's a mechanical injection pump. It's basically a great project diesel swap. So it's pretty readily available. They're pretty dependable. They're not cheap to find anymore, but they're easy to find, I guess. And I don't know, it's a good diesel swap engine candidate. So it's kind of either this or go to a Volkswagen TDI model. I don't want to say vendetta, but like my personal reason I don't like a TDI is because I hate wiring. So I didn't want an ECU. I don't have to deal with a fly-by-wire throttle pedal. I don't have to deal with all that. So I decided to go with the Kubota because it's all mechanical, just like my 12 valve, you know, mechanical injection pump. Everything's easy to deal with. Everything's easy to work on. So was this line, my last trip, I've probably only driven this whole Jeep maybe 10 miles. Obviously I still need an air filter. I still need to run over some kind of piping to the air filter, but I'm just kind of trying to do like little shakedowns for now. The issue I was having was this fuel line burst twice in one trip. So this fuel line, I guess we'll start here. This line comes in from the tank. There's an inline filter, comes in from the tank to the transfer pump, goes out, goes up into the FAC filter housing. So it comes in here, comes down, goes into the injection pump, and then gets pushed out right up to the injectors, goes along 4 injectors, then goes out into the tank as a return. Like I said, so this line was popping, so that's kind of an excess fuel pressure. Realizing I had high fuel pressure and I was popping stuff off, I reached out to Greg at Overland Diesel, who said, you know, I'm only supposed to have 8 PSI fuel pressure. He also recommended me to talk to a guy, Paul Hammond, they're both out of Canada, who really knew what he was talking about as far as what I should have, where I should have it, etc. So in hand was this line right here. Out of this fitting, I measured. I got a little Harbor Freight fuel pressure sensor, fuel pressure tester, whatever, and checked, and I was getting 50 PSI out of here, which is crazy. For this little injection pump, 50 PSI is a lot. So, like I said, after talking with them both, Greg said about 8 PSI. Paul said 50 is just way too high. That's kind of all he said. So, we kind of got to talking. I had this blocked off, and that was kind of in my instructions. But then again, the instructions didn't say to reuse this filter housing. So and the instructions said to block this off. I had it blocked off, so I had the return going from the back injector straight to the fuel return in the gas tank. And what was happening was, I will show you. I'll attach the video here. As you could still see it coming through, but it wasn't flying through. Talking with Paul, Paul said basically you should have a steady stream as big as the line is that's going to your return. So if I have a 3/16 line, I should have a 3/16 steady stream coming flying through. So Paul said basically, hey man, you need that T-fitting. The T-fitting on the injector, how do I say injector? The T-fitting on the fuel filter housing is what bleeds off pressure from here. So I just got done installing that. I put a T on here, or I put a 90 on here. Going down to what you can see right here is a T. This T goes right to there, to the back injector, and then it goes down to the fuel return on the tank. So you guys can see the video again here. Like I said, not pushing out much fuel at all. And let's test it out now. So I'll put same bottle in the same place. Make sure you guys get a good view of it. Okay, so that ran for a couple seconds. See how much I put in there? Steady stream. So that was the cause of my issues. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you guys are ever doing this swap to something. You for sure want the T-fitting in there. You don't want to get too much pressure. You might blow out seals in your transfer pump. You might blow out seals in the injection pump. You know, it could be bad. So keep that T in there to go down. But other than that, I mean, I'll take you guys kind of on a quick walk around of just what I've been doing. I put in these LED lights, and I kind of had to fab them up a little bit to make them fit in the factory housing. I got this off Amazon, this little overflow aluminum radiator. Like I said, all the fresh bird poop. Still on the crappy tires. I'm gonna buy 32s. I just wanted to make sure, kind of before I did anything, what exactly I should be doing. I didn't paint this yet. I will, but again, another project for another day. I started upholstering the seats. I got this kind of cool little, Big Bear Lake canoes, camping, Serpent's Trail. It says something about Colorado Trail, bears, whatever. Thought it looked pretty cool. So I got that done for the driver's side. The passenger seat I still need to upholster. I got the temp gauge installed. I got an oil pressure gauge installed. This is a factory Kubota switch. I 3D printed a little Kubota thing here. So you have, that's just on. Then we also have, back is glow plugs, fires right up. And of course I just forgot that fuel line was disconnected. As you can see, at least it's flowing like crazy. Got the headlights hooked up and the taillights. Nice and bright. LED on both, obviously. Let's go back to these taillights. I'm not a big fan of wiring, but they did wire up pretty good. The brake lights work as well. Pretty simple project. Like I said, it's not a lot to it, but it's definitely time consuming. Having to weld in the motor mounts, which I guess I didn't show at all either. I had to weld in these motor mounts. I had to cut out the old ones, weld these straight to the frame, weld this plate to this plate, and then got this all fitted in there. Had to take off the old brackets, put that into the engine. A lot of times, a lot of guys have to cut out their firewall. This is an M38, so I kind of got lucky. But mine, I don't know if you can see here, mine maybe has a business card worth of space between the frame, which works for me. I don't even care if it was touching. It just rather than cutting and stuff, I don't feel like cutting floors out of a rust-free, beautiful M38. I need to put a 90 in on the where the oil pressure sender, I guess, is located, because the brake is hitting it every time I press it down. So gotta put a 90 there, relocate it down a little bit, no big deal. But I mean, like I said, it's very little things. So I need to do air filter, need to put that 90 in, gotta run a complete exhaust. I don't know if I'm gonna go down where it is, down there and back. A lot of guys are going out this fender well. Multiple options there. I have these three little things here for a tachometer and charge the Jeep, but I got a couple tachs already and I really haven't been having good luck. So there's a signal wire on the tach, and I want to run one of these guys, the tiny tach, diesel tachometer, just so, you know, it's simple. I don't want to have to run something extra. I don't feel like spending $180 for another auto meter just to be able to squint. And then most of those are gasoline tachs, so, you know, you're looking at a quarter of the rev range. So if you're, you know, the difference between 2000 and 2250 is a lot on a diesel, but on a gas tach, that's really not the case. So I want to run one of those. I probably will have to pull the alternator off, and apparently I need to tap into like a wire that's in there before it's rectified, unrectified signal. But you know, it's just, again, more little things. I had to drill this hole out for the oil cap. I had to drill that into the valve cover, and then I had to actually modify this little rubber oil cap to make it fit in there. I still have to tap this fitting, 8th MPT, to run the boost gauge, or the boost pressure gauge here. There's a lot of little stuff. I mean, I still have to run a lot of wiring through here. Like, I wanted to get out of the garage. I was tired of working on it. I just wanted to move it, drive it, at least see it go somewhere. And I definitely accomplished that part. But I don't know. I guess I'll bring you guys back soon. I have to work on it soon. I have too many other projects. I have I guess I could show you guys some other stuff. Let's see here. World War II GPW, 1945, very clean. Probably not going to be working on this one. I'll probably just be selling this one, so if you know anybody interested, let me know. But I just really am not a big 134 fan anymore, so I don't feel like screwing with it. It's got compression, can't get it to fire. I've had some of the really good guys look at it and they couldn't get it to fire either. So, you know, on to the next. I don't feel like screwing with it. I have enough projects. This guy right here, this is a 13 foot toy hauler that needs completely redone. Let's see. So it needs complete floors. Oh gosh, can't squeeze in here. Needs all the floors replaced in it, and the front. But I mean, it will be a nice little unit when it's done. So I would love to get it done this season, but no promises. Just, you know, have enough stuff going on. I bought a 1972 Honda CB500, and it has only 10,000 original miles. This bike runs beautifully. Let's see here. Cold as can be. Let's see, on. Somebody did, though, they put Honda Goldwing fairings on it, which has actually been pretty fun. It's got a nice little stereo. Stereo works great. Let's see.
Circle K location now through July 31st.
Project, and that sat for years. I got that going, cleaned the carbs, put new intake pods on it, put new jets, got it running and driving great. I've probably put 500 miles on it this year so far. Nothing crazy. I'm a big 70s kickstart Honda fan. I have this 22-foot trailer that I've a while now. I still want to redo and put a winch on it, all that fun stuff. Who knows if that's going to happen. I have, this is another new purchase, 2019 Sportsman 1000 Hunter Edition. I bought it, the back rack was cracked, and I plastic welded it. I don't know if you can see. I plastic welded all of this, plastic welded the whole thing basically back together, and it actually turned out to be a pretty nice running quad for 29. Super cheap. 94 12 valve that I got from Alabama. This is the rust-free single cab dually 4-wheel drive. I do have to still get some work done on this. I've been pressure washing the crap out of it every time I get, or a chance I get. I'm trying to get down to bare metal so then I can, you know, paint it, because I got to get all this bed liner off. I recently picked up this 99 Mazda Miata. It is manual. It is gorgeous. 80,000 original miles. Bought it off the original owner. Of course, the second day I had it, I got in with grease on my shoes, which sucks, but it's me, so I'm not surprised. Needs cleaned up a little bit, but for an 80,000 mile car, it is about as rust free as you can get. I mean, it's gorgeous. So that, I think today is Monday, Juneteenth or whatever. So I have, on Wednesday, I'm going to a track night. So I'm gonna probably throw on some RE71R tires, take it to a track night, maybe I'll record that. I got this guy here. I got this from the same owner. This is a 2008 Honda CRF 230L. And honestly, I didn't really need it, but it was too good of a deal to pass up. It's like new. It's let's see, it's got 2,100 miles on it. Starts right up, idle's perfect. It's sat in the garage, same thing, for a very long time. Again, something else I really didn't need, but something I bought anyway because that's kind of what I do. That's like my motto is, if I don't need it, I buy it. Then I have a dumpster in front of the house because I've been gutting my house. So constant series of projects. So if you don't see a video for a while, you know where I'm at. But I'm gonna try. I really should have done the Sportsman because I did a lot of work to it. I really should have done the CV750 or CV500 because I did a lot of work to it. I still have the Miata. I still have the 12 valve. So I've got a lot of fun stuff still to do. And obviously I'll be buying stuff probably in the next couple days, like always. So stick around and catch you guys in the next one. See ya.